Hello, everyone. Happy
Hello.
Sunday to all of you. We are here again today on Mind Shift with Chris and Tina Montgomery. And today we are going to talk about navigating being new parents abroad as Africans and I should say versus in Ghana or in any African country. I'm from Ghana, so I keep on repeating it. So thank you so much for joining us. I would love for all of you to let us know how our audio is doing. So please let us know how our audio is doing today. So as usual, we have Mrs. Alice here with us. Please type in the comment section. Let us know how our audio is doing. So I'm going to start with what I know in Ghana, what we do in Ghana. So, for instance, when we have new parents in a family, what we do is, or what we have is, we have the extended family taking care of the new parents, especially with the mother. They are catered for most families. The new mother, what you normally do is eat and sleep. Yeah, it's giving feedback. Okay. Please hold on. Please, is it okay?
This is perfect.
Hello.
Hello.
Godwina, please let me know if it's giving feedback. I think, Sister Alice, you can go ahead and start talking so that I'll deal with this echo thing.
Oh, okay. Do we have Winnie and family with us now? Or not yet?
Not yet.
Okay. So, my name is Alice, and I'm a mother of two beautiful children, and I'm also a Ghanaian living in the United States. So, when it comes to parenting, I would say that I have had the privilege to experience being a parent in Ghana and being a parent in America. because my first son was born in Ghana. So I had that experience, and even before I became a parent, my elder sisters, my cousins, and my friends, those who have become parents ahead of me, I've seen the culture that we have, like Dr. Tina was saying, when you become, especially a first-time mom, usually either your mother or your mother-in-law would come and stay with you even before baby is born. Sometimes in some places they would come when you are very, very close to your due date. So they'll come maybe 2 weeks before you deliver a baby. So that way they could be with you at the hospital when you are having baby. They come home with the baby with you. Those who are not able to make it um before that baby arrive, they come as soon as baby comes and you are discharged to go home. They come, they stay with you. Some mothers, depending on their if they have other younger grandparents to be concerned about, or if they don't have any busy schedule, some grandparents will want to stay around for. I've heard someone's mother-in-law lived with her for 6 months. So what happened is that from the beginning, when you come home, it is assumed that you need time to recover and get your energy back. So you are not supposed to go to the kitchen and be doing cooking or even bathing baby or anything tedious. They just want you to, they'll prepare your hot tap for you. Just go and take a bath. By the time you come back, your food is ready, served by the bedside, and somebody is holding your new baby, feeding the baby. If you do breast pump, sometime maybe if you have to put the baby to breast, you can just breastfeed. And then your mother or the mother-in-law who is staying with the elderly woman who is staying with you is just basically the person who is doing majority of the work. So in terms of cooking, bathing the baby, when it's time to bathe the baby, what happens is that they want you to sit close by and watch, so that after if they are going to stay there for maybe 3 months or whatever period of time they are going to stay with you, after they are gone, you'll be able to practice uh, what you have seen them do. They may even let you practice a couple of times before they leave you. So it gives you that kind of time to rest and not worry about, I'm running out of soup. Let me go and make myself some soup. And I'm running out of this. I have to go grocery shopping. Like, you don't have to worry about any grocery shopping. You even in some places, some people can even stay indoor, not even come outside for the first month of postpartum. So you are just indoor. All you do is just sleep, uh, take a bath, feed baby, give the baby back to the granny, go back to sleep, just rest. And then you have either your mom or your mother-in-law. Sometimes they will try to give you a massage at your back or wherever that hurts you, and if you are going to the hospital for a doctor's follow-up, that person goes with you. If you are not with your husband, that person goes with you, and they are the ones that even carries the baby, so you don't even have to stress about carrying the baby, as a new mom. So you get people doing everything for you, at least for the first few months of that baby's life. You don't have to stress yourself about doing some of the things that you have been doing before. But unlike here in America, in my personal, I'm just going to speak for myself. I don't know about, how other people's experiences are, but I don't think it's anything too different from my experience, because I think being a mother in America is just very depressing, I would say. because over here, if you, because we are all, living abroad, we don't have our mothers and our fathers and our aunties, our siblings. We don't have all the extended families living here with us. So it's basically just you, the kids, and your husband. That is all that you have in your close corner. So after you and your husband comes back home from the hospital, like the ball is now in your court. You have to do what you have to do. You have to wake up, you have to go take a bath, then you have to come back. If your, let's say if your husband has to go to work, and then you are home with baby. It's not like in Africa whereby you could call an auntie. We even have that system that sometimes your niece may, one of your nieces who may be on a vacation from school or a break from school or something, who is not busy, can even decide voluntarily to come and even stay with you. I've had a back in Africa, my sister-in-law traveled all the way from Benin to come and stay with me, just to take care of me. But over here, I don't get any of that. It's just me. I remember my son, my third baby, who is now just a little over 3 months. When baby was barely 2 weeks or even less than 2 weeks, I had to go to Walmart. From Walmart, I have to go to Hy-Vee. I had to go to Aldi because I have a few things to grab. And I can't just sit down and wait for, my husband to close at 5 o'clock when I need those things before that time. So it's like you have to do what you have to do. There is no time to rest. I have gone back to work and I feel like I didn't get that rest that I needed. My body still feels like I needed that rest, but I it is what it is. So it's sometimes mentally, it's I think mentally it can be very draining sometimes. In my situation, I wouldn't even say sometimes, it is always very mentally draining on my part. I wake
Yeah.
up every day and I have to, just stay positive. It's like I was telling my friend, my one of my friend who is a midwife back home in Ghana, was texting me and she was like, "How are you doing it out there? Because I have my mom here, I have everybody here, but even that it's not easy with me. I feel like they are not giving me all the support they should be giving me."
Yeah.
So sometimes I look at you out there and I'm like, you are even out there all by yourself. You don't even have anybody there. How are you holding it? And I'm like, you know what? I wake up every day and I just have to pull up my big girl's pants and keep going.
Exactly.
I have to do what I have to do. Few days ago, I posted on my Facebook. I was going through a lot mentally and emotionally. I was breaking down, and I'm like, sometimes I also need my mom. You know, I need my mom to. I need somebody to take care of me sometimes. But I look around and I'm like, I have to do what I have to do for the kids. You know, me and my husband, we are trying to be two grown adults because these little ones depend on us. So you have to do what you have to do. And then sometimes you even forget to take good care of yourself. I remember back home in Ghana, I used to go to the salon and from time to time do my nails. I used to, I still do. I bite my nails. That's one thing I'm trying to, overcome very hard. So I will go to the salon to fix my nails, and most people don't know I was doing that to stop myself from biting my nails. So it looks pretty. Oh, you always keep your nails so nice, nice nails. And I'll fix my lashes. Sometimes, I'll go, my friends will do my makeup, and I'll just go out. But I was looking back and I asked myself, for some couple of years now, I haven't even done my nails. I have bought all those stuff. I have them. I have different colors of nail polish. I have all the nails. I have the lashes. Even Paula, my mom bought me some and sent it all the way from Alabama to me in Minnesota. And she'll be very disappointed if she hears me saying that the nails are laying down there because I barely have time to pamper myself. So I'm not sure other African parents' story is any different from mine, but yeah, that is just a situation that we kind of find ourselves in, and it's a very hard one.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I'm sorry we are
I'm
having
sorry we are
feedback.
having feedback. Oh,
Um, are you able to check
are you
your
able to check
settings
your settings?
if the noise
Mine, if the
cancellation
noise
is on?
cancellation is on. Okay, let me go and check it out. Just a minute. Mm, Doesn't even give me that option. Were you hearing um echoes when I was speaking to?
No,
No. Okay.
I think it's.
I
I've
think
been
it's.
trying
I've
from
been
my
trying
side,
from
but
my
it's still
side,
not
but it's
working.
still
So
not
I'm just going
working.
to
So I'm
let
just
you
going to
be the
let you
host.
be the host. Oh, that's sad. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, I wish.
Hello, everyone. I'm really sorry about the way things are going right now. But I don't know, we are getting some feedbacks. Good evening, Priscilla. Good evening, Nandi. For some reason, when I talk alone here, there is no echo. But then when another person joins and I talk, there is some kind of echo. And I don't know what is happening. I'm trying to figure it out. That's why I kept quiet for Mrs. Alice to lead and then be the host. We are doing this together, so I'm just hoping if someone could tag Nene, Mommy, Winnie, Winnie and family. Please tag them for me and let them join. But our purpose here today is talking about navigating being new parents, navigating.
Navigating.
So it's actually the echo starts when you join. So I don't know what is happening. I sent you something from StreamYard. They just sent me some information. So if you can check on WhatsApp. So I'm really sorry, but please any of you could join. I just pinned the what do you call it? The link to join Upstage here and then share your experience about navigating being new parents abroad. So we want the Africa perspective too, not only in abroad or not only abroad. We really need the Africa perspective. So please join upstage and then share your experience. I was hoping Nene Mommy would join. She is, from what I know, I think she's originally from US. So if she could join and then share her experience, that would be awesome. But then I'll also love for those in Ghana to also join and then share their experiences. So as I said, I just pinned the what do you call it? The link in here, so please join. But I'm also going to talk about what I know about and then my experience being a new parent abroad. So growing up in Ghana, what I know is, or what I observed is that most of the times when you are a new parent, you have your extended family coming around to help you. So mostly we have something called, I know the Nigerians have a name for it, but I don't know if in Ghana we have a name for it. But we mostly, you have the ladies or the mother's mother coming around to help the family. So the grandmother will come around and help the family. I think Alexis.
Can you
Is
hear
the
me?
echo okay now?
Yeah, the echo's
Yeah,
fine.
the echo's fine. Good. Thank you for joining us.
Of course. I'm
Of
gonna leave my
course. I'm
camera
gonna leave my
off right
camera
now if
off
that's
right
okay.
now if that's okay. I know. It's okay.
So we are
So
getting
we are
echo
getting
from
echo from
Alexis.
Alexis. Oh, are we?
Is it okay if I
Is
mute
it okay if
myself
I
when you
mute
guys are
myself when
talking,
you guys are
or
talking,
is it
or is
still
it
echoing?
still echoing?
It's still
It's still
echoing.
echoing. Okay, so Alexis, do you see before you enter, you click on Enter Studio? Like when you first click on the link to join.
Yes.
So when before you click at the bottom, you see where the mic there's a sign of settings. When you click
Yeah.
on settings, it give you the camera and the audio. You could click on the audio and choose echo cancellation.
That's on.
Yeah, that's on.
Is that
Oh,
better?
okay. Is that better?
I just pulled it
I
off.
just pulled it off.
No, it's
Okay,
still going.
no, it's still going. I am not hearing any echo from your side. Dr. Tina, are you hearing any echo?
Maybe it's from my
Maybe it's
side,
from my
so
side, so
um,
um,
I'll let you
yeah, I
guys
think the
continue.
echo is coming from your side.
I don't know what is
I don't know what
happening
is
though.
happening though. Sorry about that. I wish we were able to figure this thing out before time, but we will get better as time goes on. So, Alexis, we were talking about parents in America and being a parent in Ghana. For me personally, I was sharing my experience. I think that was before you joined. So I'll just give a quick recap of that. Because Israel, my son, my first son was born in Ghana. So I had the privilege of being a parent in Africa as compared to being a parent in America. And I was saying that one thing I realized is that when we, as a new mother back home in Africa, you have a strong support system. So there's this culture of your mother coming to live with you, either very close to your delivery date, or your mother-in-law can come, or any elderly person in your life as at that time is we have that kind of culture that they will come and stay with you maybe 2 weeks before baby is born, so they could be with you, take you to the hospital when you are in labor and maybe your husband is not home, things like that, and then come home with you, and then you don't even have to necessarily carry the baby yourself because it is assumed that you are very tired. you need time to rest. So the only time you may even get to carry the baby actually is maybe if you want to play with the baby, or you just want to cuddle a little bit, or you want to breastfeed baby. Besides that, this elderly woman, either being it your mother-in-law or your mom, is the person who takes sole responsibility of you and baby, including with the help of your husband or your boyfriend. So what happened is you have that kind of support system. Even sometimes your the baby's father or yourself, who may have any cousin available who is on break from school or is not doing anything busy, could even come and stay with you. Just so if you want to go and take a bath, you have somebody who prepare your warm hot tub for you to go and bath, And food, you don't have to worry about cooking, at least for the first couple of months after baby is born. You have somebody who is cooking for you. Who sometimes by the time you come out of the bathtub, your food is served hot by your bed, waiting for you. You have that kind of um, that strong sense of being cared for, and somebody, really leaving everything that they have just to come and focus their time and energy on you at that time. Now, being a parent in America uh, makes me feel like it gives me a cultural shock, because this is the situation. I don't have any of my family here. My husband doesn't have any family here. So when I became a parent in America, from the hospital, I came home with my husband. Then it's like now it's just you, the two of you, and baby. No, nobody else. Nobody have time for you. Everybody is busy going to work. Everybody have something going on. They may come around to, do check on you here and there, but unlike back home where somebody will actually, some people go to the extent of, especially your family, they will go to the extent of even taking leave from work to just come and stay with you, even if it is just for a week or two. And I was giving an example of this in Israel's case. My son, when before I gave birth, I remember my sister-in-law had to she was schooling at that time, but she had to take a break, traveled all the way from Benin to come to Ghana just to come and stay with me and watch me, and just making sure I don't especially at that latter part of the pregnancy, you are not supposed to lift anything or stress yourself, so you have somebody to do all these things, house chores, clean around, cook for you, do those things. But compared to my last baby, when baby was barely 2 weeks or less than 2 weeks, I have to run to Walmart, from Walmart go to Hy-Vee, from Hy-Vee go to Aldi, go here, grab a few things, because I just can't sit around and wait for my husband to come home before going to do those things for me. But if it were to be in Africa or in Ghana, it would have been a different story. Somebody would be doing those things for me. So, Alexis, I want you to also share with me, because I am still trying to recover from that cultural shock that I have from becoming a parent in America. And I know you have been born here, you have lived here all your life. Is there something that you want to share with us, so we could just put that in our mind in order not to get too depressed about the difference, um, the different experiences?
So I was here for part of the first part of your story. I was on the Facebook Live, and
Okay.
how you guys do it in Africa is so much better than what we do here. because one thing that we do in the American culture that is very common is we bring food to the person, right? So for me, I worked all the way up until my baby was born 2 days before. And
Wow.
when we came home, yes, he was an emergency C-section. So I got a call at work and they told me to go on bed rest and they wanted me in 2 days. And he ended up being an emergency C-section.
Mhm.
And I was home on Saturday, and Monday I started life as normal. I wasn't back at work, but my parents have their own stuff to do, and my partner, he's from Togo, West Africa. His parents aren't here, and he still has to work and go to school, so it was pretty much I had to step up and go back to life as normal. And so I actually ended up back in the ER because I was exerting myself too much after a major surgery. And so when I came back home, I realized that there are certain, I'm going to have to readjust how I do things. And so I was actually able to connect with one of my sisters, and I'm like, this is not working. I need someone to come in and help. And so she still works, but she was able to come and bring food, come do dishes, some of that type of stuff. And I really think we as an American culture, we do not ask for help very often. And that's one thing I have noticed with my friends that have had kids. It's like, I'm going to do this myself, you know? It's not like people aren't willing to help, but you have to ask. They don't just immediately drop things like they do for you guys. Like, that is amazing. Your families are incredibly supportive. And the ability just to take off work and come live with you is amazing. People, it's not like they don't care, but we are so focused on what we need. I'm trying to figure out how the right way to say it, but we're a very driven culture. It's always the next thing. And so it's not that they won't help, but I've found that if I don't step out and ask, like, I need help doing this one thing, then people don't really offer, you know. And I don't think it's I don't think they were trying to be mean or anything, but I realized that for me to be able to heal properly and stuff, I needed to be willing to ask for help.
Mhm.
Which is, I know it's kind of weird, and I know for a lot of people you're in a different place because a lot of our friends have a bunch of kids. Whereas I'm the first kid in my family to have a baby, so like I have a sister that can step in and do stuff like that. Whereas it's not the same for everyone. But that was the big thing that I realized. And then,
Alexis,
yeah.
Alexis. So we are getting a lot of feedback.
An echo. Yeah, now it's good.
I'm so sorry. Is it my side?
Yeah, now I think you are good now. There was a lot of feedback and echo from your side.
Okay. Yeah, I guess the only thing I was really saying that I think is important is that a big difference in the cultures is here in the US. If you want help, you have to go ask for it. People don't automatically assume. Because that was one thing that I really thought about after I gave birth was I had to go actively be like, hey, I need help doing this. Can you do that? Instead of people just showing up and doing it. You know? And when you're in those early stages of like that first week at home, you're not thinking very clearly. You're not sleeping well. It's a lot of adjustment. And so it's hard to get to that place where it's like, I understand this is not working and no one's going to walk in and fix it. So I have to be proactive and figure out what I need and how to get that.
I think what you were saying, I absolutely agree with you. That is one of the shocks I had um, since I came to America, because I realized that the cultural difference, like you said, back home, you don't even need to ask. Somebody could just walk up to you, do you need this? Or do you want this? Do you need help? Let me help you with this, even without you asking. For instance, if you're going somewhere and you don't have a car and maybe somebody is driving, they could just, total stranger, like somebody you have never met before, they will just stop and say, do you need a ride? Which direction are you going? I'm going this way. Are you going the same way? And they could just give you a ride like that. I mean, a total stranger that you have never met before. Things as basic like that. And sometimes maybe you could be sitting in maybe a public transport, like we have this public transport system, like a bus. You could be going somewhere, and just for the fact that you are a pregnant woman or a newborn, a new mom with a baby, people give you a lot of, um, special treatments. Somebody can even give up their seat on the bus for you. Somebody can even pay for your fare to wherever you're going. Just by carrying a baby or showing up pregnant, give you those benefits. Sometimes somebody will even step out of a line, a queue for you to, move ahead. You are pregnant or you have a baby, just move ahead. You don't need to be in the line with me. And I remember when I had Israel, my neighbor back home in Ghana, she would, even with that, because I'm the kind of person who doesn't like asking for help, because I feel like I'm going to be a bother to somebody, or everybody have their, little things going on, and you can't just you don't know their situation, Look at your pretty face, and you were hiding it.
I was like, I felt bad just you sitting there. So
You see,
sorry.
we are having some technical issues. Very sure as time goes on, as we are all using the StreamYard, we will try to figure our way around it,
Yeah.
Uh,
No,
so
you're totally
I'm
fine.
so
It's
so
a
so
learning game.
sorry. I apologize, and I'm sure that Dr. Tina will join us before we get out of here. Yeah, so my neighbor will cook. She will just call me and she'll be, Alice, are you in there? I say, I'm sleeping. Why are you calling me? Say, I have food. I have some soup. Don't. And I'm like, bring it. Come on. And we were that cool. Like, she will come knocking on my door with like three different dishes in her hand. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? She said, you can freeze some of it and eat later if you don't want to eat now. I'm like, well, just drop it and leave. Things like that.
Yeah.
But over here, it will take a very special person,
Mhm.
a very kind hearted person to give you those kind of attention and show you that kind of love.
Yeah.
I realize that it's not part of the culture. Like, you are not entitled to anything.
Mhm.
I don't owe you that. You know, they may wish to help. I think it's just the way the system is, because everybody is busy with work.
Mhm.
You can't just call in because a friend needs help.
Mhm. And
Back home, if you call in because you need to help somebody, it's not a big deal because everybody knows. You know,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
maybe we are just too lenient with things.
It's a good thing though.
And I mean, I wake up every day, and that is one thing I miss.
Mhm.
Because I was telling my husband the last time, I was telling Tim, I'm like, if the way I'm so stressed out, I have to go back to work, and I feel like
Mhm.
I didn't really get that rest that my
Yeah.
body needed after having a baby, I feel like I'm stressing. Sometimes I feel like I'm not emotionally stable or strong to
Mm-hmm.
go on. Then I'm like, if we were back home by now, one of my aunties or one of my nieces could come and stay with me and help me take care of the kids,
Yeah.
but here I am, and like you said, people are not just going to drop what they have going
Mm-hmm.
on to do anything for you.
I really think because the American culture is very individualistic, people
Mm-hmm.
are so focused on themselves, and because we're so used to that what I need done first mentality, I'm going to go back to something you said just a little bit earlier, but you made the comment that
Oh,
how
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
sorry,
Did
no,
you
you're
open the link and then open your Facebook?
I just have the link and it took me straight to this
The
streaming.
video. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you try muting yourself while I'm talking and see if that's part of it? Is that better? It's not? Okay. Sorry.
I think it's okay. Talk. I can hear you.
Like, I can just stop talking. You're doing great too.
No, you need to share your experience with us. We need to hear you regardless.
Hello, ladies.
You are back.
Seems something is wrong. We cannot hear you.
Oh, me? Can you hear me, Alexis?
Yeah,
Hello?
I hear you fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
hmm
Okay.
I think it's something with when everyone's on, the echo starts maybe.
What happened is, I think that at the last 2 weeks ago when we had the first meeting, it happened at the beginning of the whole thing, and then Dr. Tina was able to figure it out, and the echo went away and everything became fine. But today it's like we're just finding it difficult how we were able to solve it last week.
Is that better?
But it's
changed
better.
my
I
phone.
can hear you fine. I'm not hearing the echo again. I'm
Okay.
hearing you just fine. Yes.
Maybe that helps. I don't know. I just changed my output in my phone, the mic output.
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm no more hearing any echo from your side. So I'm wondering if maybe the echo is from her side, or
Yeah.
she's
I
the
don't have
one
a
hearing.
headset that I can use for my phone.
Mm-hmm.
But I can try getting like earbuds or something.
Me neither. I'm just holding my phone.
You're doing great.
Thank you. So you were saying something. I didn't mean to cut you
Oh
off.
no, you're fine. Now I gotta remember that.
Yeah, I think you were talking about the experience about
Oh
baby
yes.
after baby. Yeah.
I was talking about how because it's such an individualistic culture in the US,
Mm-hmm.
so many times people would tell me, like, I wanted to do something for you, but I didn't want to bother you. And let's be honest, in that first month, it's just you in your bedroom, right? You don't go too many places unless you like have to go shopping, right? And so I'm like, why would you even think that? Like, I literally doing nothing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But we're so used to, oh, baby woke up. We're so used to thinking of what we need first and assuming that other people have busy schedules and they have things they need to do, that
Mm-hmm.
we may want to do something, but we feel like we'd be a bother. And so therefore people don't do like what your neighbor did, just brush food off, you know? Just the little things like that.
And just because of what you have said, for that same reason, sometimes when I want to um express kindness towards somebody, I kind of take myself a step back because I'm wondering they may think that I'm being too pushy, you know, or you're being too nosy. I didn't ask for that. Why are you being so nice? Because, it feels like, well, you have too much time on your hands. Why are you doing? Don't you have anything else to
Mm-hmm.
do? That kind of, and it's just sad. It makes me sad because I wasn't born here into that culture, so I'm still struggling to recover and accept that it is normal for everybody to just think about themselves and not worry about anybody.
I
Being
understand what you're saying and I get it, but I
Mhm.
also think it's sad that you have to adjust to the fact that everyone's so what they need, because you guys have such a wonderful culture of support that
Mhm.
it's really sad that other countries haven't embraced because
Mhm.
the stuff you described for your first son, like that's amazing and that's what every mother should experience.
That guess what? I am now appreciating all those support
Mhm.
that I had.
Yeah.
At that time, I felt like nobody's doing anything for me. Like,
Mhm.
look what this person got when they had their baby. They had the whole family coming over and everybody doing something. And I just have a couple of people here running around, you know.
Mhm.
I feel like I didn't get enough
Mhm.
until I didn't get any. Like I
Yeah.
have zero. And then I'm like, oh, I wish I had that too that I had and I complain about it, you know.
Yep, it makes you think.
you know, there was this my neighbor, that woman, I don't know how to describe her, honestly, because she and I we are like best of friends and at the same time the worst enemies. Because she gets under my skin, I get under her skin, but we're still good. you know, she will call me. She'll come knocking on my door. She'll knock on my gate. She even had a spare key to my house. Hmm.
Is that
Yeah.
pretty
So
common?
if she doesn't, she knows the time I go to bed. She knows the time I wake up. So if my light is still on because when I'm going to bed in the evening, when it's getting dark, everybody turns on their lights outside. So when it's daytime in the morning, when you wake up, you turn your lights off. So when she wakes up and she's in her house, looking over at my house, you know, and then she still sees my light on after a certain hours, she will call me. If I don't pick up, she will use her spare key, open my gate, come in my yard, and knock on my door because she just wants to make sure that I am okay. And I do the same for her. Sometimes I just wake up, maybe I'm doing something outside and I look over and then I see, oh, her outside light shouldn't be on at this time. Then I call her. I'm like, that's weird. Let me call her and find out where is she? Did she forget to turn her lights on? Turn it off? Then she may tell me, oh, I left home early and I'm in the city, I'm doing something, I'll be right back. And then I'll just say, oh, you scared me, buy me this when you're coming. And then she will buy me when she's coming, you know and those things are just basic. It's like basic. It's something any stranger would do for anybody. It's nothing. We don't see it to be, you don't have to be my family. And there's one thing about the parenting thing in Africa I have seen compared to in America is back in Africa when somebody is older enough. Dr. Tina, you brought the echo. You brought the echo with you, but please don't go. Just say, please, we need you. So another thing about parenting in Africa compared to America in terms of the cultural differences is that if somebody is old enough to be my mother, they don't need to be my family or my biological mother for me to call them mom. I don't know if you have realized that. So if you come to my house, you see that I try to, you know, keep that culture with my children. In America, my children can call my neighbor who is old enough to be their grandmother by her name. My neighbor's name is Kathy. So they should, my 5 years old son could just call her by her name, Kathy. And that is just fine in America. But in my culture in Ghana, and Dr. Tina is also from Ghana, it is very wrong and disrespectful. So you could see that my kids, they call my neighbor and her husband grandma and grandpa. Initially, they didn't understand why. And I even had to tell her, like when we first moved here, the first day she introduced herself, my name is Kathy, and then I introduced myself. And then my son was like, can I call her grandma? And I said, yeah, you should. That is what you should say. Then my neighbor looked at me a certain way the first time when she, like in front of her when we were having that conversation. And then immediately I had to tell her that, look, it is normal. If you hear my children calling you grandma, I hope you are not bothered. I hope it's okay with you, because in my culture, if somebody is old enough, it's just a way of showing respect. Then she was like, oh, okay. Oh, so I'm a grandma, the new grandma on the block. And we laughed about it, and it has stayed that way till now. We go to Walmart, Israel will see an elderly person, and if he wants to say hi, he'll say, hi, grandpa. And they looked at him a certain way, like, weird. Do I look like a grandpa? That kind of look. But this is just basic. It's just basic. That is one of the things I have seen when it comes to culture and the different parenting styles in America versus Ghana. I keep mentioning Ghana because I come from Ghana. I know the culture is not different with other African countries, because when it comes to respect, I know all African countries are very, very strict with that. If you're a little child, you need to show respect to grown-ups. You never call a grown-up by their names. You either say auntie, uncle, mommy, daddy, grandma, grandpa. We don't even say cousins in my house. All my female cousins who are old enough to be my elderly sisters, when I introduce them, I'm like, meet my sister. That is how we introduce each other. Then, if maybe you and I are having a conversation later on, I could say, oh, that's my cousin. But I don't have to throw it in her face like that. you know, don't go throwing it in my face that I'm not your sister. I know I'm not your sister, but be nice about it. So, it's good to hear from an American who is born and raised in America. I'm so happy that you were also able to share your side with us. And I pray and hope that one day you get to visit our sweet home, Africa, and get spoiled.
Me too. Trust me, the second baby not having it in the state.
Are you seriously kidding me? You can have him here, but maybe you can have your mother-in-law come over.
That's the plan. I hope that works out, because I don't want to do the same thing I did with the first one. It's a lot.
Well, thank goodness I am done. Now it's official. You all can. I wish you all good luck.
Got one more to go and I'll
One more
join
to go
you.
and I'll join you. You take your badge and follow me, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So I think we'll be coming up with a part 2 of this very interesting conversation. Because of the technical problems, we haven't really heard from Dr. Tina, which saddens my heart. It breaks my heart that we haven't heard her sweet voice. But we should come up with a part 2 of this parenting, and we may not be talking about the same thing we have talked about today, but different dimension of parenting, Africa versus America or any other country. Dr. Tina, do you have something to say? Dr. Tina, do you have something to say?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yeah, we can hear you.
I
Get
echo, but
echo, but
it's what it
it's
is.
what it is.
So
Yeah. So, hopefully, we will figure it out by the next session that we will have.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
Alexis,
Alexis,
thank you so
thank
much
you
for
so much
joining
for
us
joining
today.
us today. That is my sweet friend.
Good to know.
Good to know.
It's nice
It's
meeting you
nice
today.
meeting you today.
Nice meeting you too.
I listened
I
to all
listened
what
to
you were
all what you
saying,
were
and we
saying,
really
and we really
appreciate
appreciate
your
your
perspective.
perspective.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately,
we had the
we had the
situation with
situation with
the echo,
the
so a
echo,
lot of
so
people
a lot of
just
people
joined and
just
then
joined
left.
and then
So
left. So
we'll have to
we'll have to
reschedule
reschedule
and then find a
and then
time
find
that
a
works
time that
best for
works
you,
best for you,
and then work on
and then
this
work
echo
on this
issues,
echo issues,
and then we'll,
and then
the
we
three of
all
us
the
will
three
come
of
back
us will
and
come
then
back and then
do a good
do
work.
a good
Good
work.
job.
Good job.
I'm really
Yeah,
sorry.
and maybe we could have other people also join us, so there'll be more people
Yeah.
live, and we'll all just. I think it will be more fun that way.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, so Alexis, if you have anyone in mind, you can invite the
can
person,
invite
but
the
then
person, but then
the three of us
the
can
three of
talk
us can talk
and then
and then
schedule a time
schedule
that
a
works for
time
all
that
of
works
us
for
and
all
then
of
do
us
it
and then
again.
do it again.
This topic is
This
really
topic is really
important.
important.
I feel like a
I
lot of
feel like
people
a lot
can
of
get
people
some
can
tips
get
from
some
you
tips from you
as we've gotten
as we've
today, but
gotten today, but
the
the
feedback and
feedback
echoing
and
is just
echoing
not
is
good.
just not
So
good.
we'll have
So
to
we'll
do
have
it
to
again.
do
I'm
it again.
really
I'm
sorry
really sorry
about that.
about that.
But
But
we are really
we are
grateful
really
for
grateful
making
for
time to
making
join
time
us
to
today.
join us today.
So
Thank you so much, Alexis. Yeah,
You're
thank you
welcome.
so much. When we come up with the next date, I will immediately let you know, and then we will plan something good.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you
Perfect.
both.
yeah,
Thank you
I
both.
think we should
I
work
think we
around
should
her
work
time
around her
too.
time
So
too. So
I think
I
Sundays
think
work for both
Sundays
of
work for
us.
both of us.
So
I
if
think
it
it
works
does
for
for
you,
her
we can
too. We can
reschedule and then
reschedule and then
go and search
go
on
and search
YouTube
on YouTube
how to do with
and
this
find out
echo
how
thing.
to solve our technical problem.
Yeah. So
So
I was just so looking
just so
forward to
looking
this
forward to
topic,
this
but
topic, but
unfortunately,
unfortunately, we will do a repeat. Don't worry. Don't be too hard on yourself. That is technology for you. It is nice when everything is working, but when something doesn't work, oh, it's hell. So
yeah.
it's just one of those things, and we all understand how technology works. So we will do a recap. We'll come back stronger, and we'll have more people, and it will be more interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, guys, I'll see you. I'm going out to do some small shopping.
I did my
I did
cooking
my
yesterday,
cooking
so I'm
yesterday,
out.
so I'm out. Me too. Okay, enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Enjoy the rest
Enjoy
of
the
your
rest
week.
of your week. Yeah,
Alexis, thank
bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, everyone. Okay, so I'm really sorry. I don't know what was happening. Um, But I'm hoping we'll schedule another time and come back and talk about this topic. It's a very important one. So we'll come back. I'm really sorry about the feedback and everything. Thank you.